So what's up, ladies and gentlemen? Yes, I'm back. I was just so busy that I couldn't make a video yesterday, but today we're going to be covering 4th Lord in the 10th house. My goodness, I still have so much work to do because I did this thing for like 2 days as I activated an option 6 on my website to do career consultation for people, and they're getting magnificent results. Magnificent results. And why not? It's KRS to the rescue. But the thing is, I was overwhelmed. I suddenly had like 35 people wanting to get their consultation done. So I took that option off. It'll be back by next week. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn it off and on, that option 6. When I have too much work and I'm swamped, I'm going to take it off. When I do have time to do option 6, career consultation, I'll bring it back. But for those who have ordered their career consultation rating, just hold on. It'll get there. By Monday, I should be able to do all of your things because it takes a long time. It's not like I just took a look at your D1 chart and tell you what's going on. I got to look at your D9 chart, D10 chart, D27 chart, and I got to see, obviously with the D27 chart, I got to see what weaknesses and strengths you have. So yeah, it takes a long time. But today we're going to be doing 4th Lord in the 10th house and what happens when 4th Lord in the 10th house. And obviously, if you don't know where your 4th Lord is placed, for that, check out the link below or check out the link here so you can get your full astrological report. And on page 37, it'll tell you where your 4th Lord is placed and all the other planets are placed. And you can also see my books, Astrology Conjunction and Aspects at the Speed of Light. The 4th Lord in the 10th house. When 4th Lord goes into the 10th house, what happens is that 4th Lord represents your mother, your motherland, your homeland, people of your homeland, your nourishment through the mother, your conveniency, what makes you feel convenient, what makes you feel happy, pretty much. Okay, 4th house is a house of your physical home, your privacy, your own private sanctuary. When that goes into the 10th house, what it signifies, well, 10th house is a house of career, 10th house is a house of ups and downs in your career, mainly ups and downs in your career, and what your image is. What do people think of you when you come in front of them? Instead of not even just Arudha Lagna, but this also shows, what you do. So what this shows is that a great political career can come out of this because people of the homeland are the one who vote for you. And when you take this as a career, that means you're taking like your homeland government and people of the homeland as your profession. You're taking care of people of your home and homeland through a certain profession, which is what? Politics, being a politician. Okay. What this also shows is that things that you have learned through your mother, things that you have learned with the people inside your home, what you value in home is really represents the reflection of your career and how your image is into the world. Obviously, career is really seen from the 2nd house, which is source of income, but also this shows that what kind of things are you bringing to the table at the workplace, which really is influenced by what your mother taught you, what people of the home taught you. And the thing is, it also shows that your private life, your private sanctuary is now to serve the people of the workplace. Meaning that these people have very hard time finding free time for themselves. They had rarely get time to find private time for themselves. Because now you're out in the world. People are looking at you, interacting with you, and the world is becoming your home. Your workplace is becoming your home. So these people will spend a lot more time being out there working for their people of the homeland and people of the home, their physical home and family, than trying to go to their family for some private time. So it's kind of like a pro and con. They can become politicians, they can, really excel in business of real estate and home decoration. But at the same time, work is going to require a lot out of them where they will not feel they have a private life like celebrities. Okay. But depending upon what planet, goes into the 10th house, that will kind of shape and mold as to what exactly will this person be like, what exactly this person is bringing to the table at their workplace. Now, let's say Sun controls your 4th house, Sun goes into the 10th house. What this first of all shows is that your mother was a very professional woman who took charge at her workplace, like a managerial position, like a very leadership position. And she also influenced her home in the same manner. She was this great leader who took in charge of all the matters of the home. Okay. And what this also shows, this is actually one of the main significance of having a political career, because 10th house is government. 10th house is dealing with the king. Sun is the king. Sun is now controlling the 4th house of homeland. When it goes into 10th house, it shows like this person has a personality to take charge and take care of the people of the homeland. They're the king who are now serving the people of the homeland, because it's 7th from the 4th house. You are being in a relationship with the people of the homeland now. And this is why the political career comes into play. And let's say on your personality, because the sun is your ego, your personality, your self-esteem, that is really developed through the people of the homeland. Because you're so proud of your homeland, because of the fact, you have learned so much from your mother, is that the pride comes into play and you take the leadership role in your, whether it's politics, whether it's your corporate work environment, but mainly you will be this in a leadership role, and that's what will define you as a person. If moon controls the 4th house and moon goes into the 10th house, shows that your conveniency that you have learned from the mother, your nourishment from the mother, you're going to apply it into the professional life. Which can mean what? It can mean that moon is your mind, your sense of feelings, your sense of your emotional self. But moon is also nourishment. So what you're doing, you're providing nourishment to other people. You're providing nourishment and conveniency to the people at your workplace, people who are your customers. That means you can either be a massage therapist, you can be a nurse, you can be working in a hotel management, where your home is a way to serve other people to come and stay, and you will nurture them. And so this really becomes a very powerful position for like people who are in a hotel or in a nursing business, in providing nourishment to other people. And if let's say Mercury rules your 4th house and Mercury goes into the 10th house, well, what Mercury shows is that Mercury is a natural counselor, natural businessman, manager, teacher, educator. He's the logical mind and thinking pattern of your life. And when he goes to the 9th house, it shows that Mercury is now using higher philosophical knowledge, and perhaps even, spiritual knowledge to help the people of the homeland, to help people who are in their home. And this shows that one becomes a counselor, like a psychologist, psychiatrist, somebody who goes into astrology as consulting other people in astrology through their communication. You become a teacher. You become a teacher in middle school, because 4th house represents like from 1st grade all the way to 12th grade. And when this Lord is going into there and it signifies education, it shows somebody who makes a great teacher in high school, who makes a great teacher in junior high school. And you just have this really great sense of business in terms of communicating to the people of the homeland, people of family. So you can be a family therapist. You really know how to advise people about their private life. Let's say Venus controls your 4th house, goes into the 10th house. What this shows is that Venus is what? Venus is your wife. Venus is beautifying things, forming relationships. It's what you enjoy. And what you will enjoy is making home the beautiful place, because Venus is now aspects the 4th house and people of the homeland. You have this really sensual, lovable relationship with the people of the homeland. But it's also kind of troubling when it comes to forming a relationship professionally. When you form a relationship in your workplace, or you form love relationships when you meet somebody in your workplace, those relationships has a very turbulent ending. Like you either break up with them in a very nasty way, or you just are not satisfied with the people that you're working with, and then they're all trying to attack you sometimes. So these things can take place, and you can run into women who are very authoritative. You will find women in your workplace who are like your mother, but at the same time very authoritative and very troubled. And for a man, they can meet their wife in a professional workplace, who will also be influencing her own home, who will also be working, and serving her own home as probably the only daughter working. These scenarios I have seen quite a bit. Like the guy meets a girl who is taking care of her own family, and they're meeting in a professional space. But also what this really signifies, somebody who has an artistic sense of beautifying a home, like a home decorator. But you really have to see the second house if that is supporting the source of income here. But Venus is also about, nourishing other people. Venus and Moon are kind of similar in pattern. So again, this represents hotel management. This represents taking care of, people maybe in a hospital. You can be in a managerial position in a hospital. And also you can be an art teacher, because fourth house with Venus ruling that really shows a very creative environment in school. And since that is taking you into your professional workspace, that shows that you could be an art teacher in some, either in your own private school, or you can be working in a school as an art teacher. Let's say Mars controls your fourth house and goes into the 10th house. Again, what this shows is somehow you're going to be connected to the government in a way. Either you can be a soldier, you can be a protector, because Mars is a protector, a soldier, a fighter. You're going to fight for the people of your homeland. So again, shows politics, but somebody who's very tough on policies and very tough on, getting some agendas done. Mars here is now, kind of not serving the king, but serving the people. So you can work as a policeman, as a security guard, providing protection to people, and that has become your image to the world. But mainly also, this can signify a very good real estate businessman. Somebody who has chosen, because Mars is a significator of land and real estate. And if he's ruling your fourth house of real estate, goes directly opposite to it, he's looking at the fourth house. And he's now providing interest into the fourth house. So besides, if this person is a lawyer, doctor, at the same time, buying and selling properties or dealing with properties is something they're really going to be energized about. They'll be like, yes, let's do this. I want to go into real estate. So real estate and building like a real estate, construction type of career is really seen. But for that, Saturn has to be involved as well. Either Saturn in the fourth house or Saturn has to be conjoined with it. And this also makes for somebody who can be a great athlete, who fights for the people of the homeland, who wins competition for the people of the homeland. So a lot of things are signified with it, but mainly you can be working in a government, you can be working in securities, you can be working in, any kind of area of government where you are providing protection to other people. Let's say Jupiter controls the fourth house. Jupiter goes into the 10th house, really shows that somebody who had their mother herself as a teacher and a guru. She was going out and teaching people. She was going out being a counselor and advisor. And that kind of influenced your image into the world, and you now want to provide counsel and you want to provide, some sort of a educational information to the world. And so what this can shows is that you can be the spiritual guru, spiritual teacher for people of the homeland. You are the advisor in your home. You are the advisor in your home and people inside your home and homeland on what to do for a career. Like you can be a career counselor with this. Not only just psychologist or teacher or professor, you can be a career counselor with this, because Jupiter is now taking the information and knowledge of the 10th house and trying to look to the fourth house of people of the homeland. And since Jupiter also aspects your second house of income and sixth house of everyday routine life, it shows really income will be derived from Jupiter, because he is going to be impacting the major Artha houses, 2, 6th and 10th house, which really shows Jupiterian career, which it either could be banking, finance, at the same time counseling and psychology. Now, if Saturn controls your fourth house and Saturn goes into the 10th house, this really is one of the stronger placement, even stronger than Sun, to be in politics, to be in providing public service, public servant, and you can be working in a government sector regarding any kind of administrative work, any kind of, probably in a health department in your government sector, because Saturn represents the masses. Saturn represents those local people who vote for you. Fourth house is the house of your homeland, represents the parliament, represents government and people voting for you. And when that goes opposite to it, you're becoming a servant to your homeland. You're going to be in any kind of a government service. You can be any kind of repetitive service that requires for you to take care of your people in the home and people of the homeland. And because Saturn is like repetitive jobs, Saturn is routine jobs, so this is why strongly politics is signified with it, where you need appreciation of people of the homeland in order for you to maintain your image in public, maintain your image in workplace. You can be providing assistance to elderly people because fourth house is the house of nourishment. Again, Saturn represents elderly people. You're going to have to provide nourishment to elderly people to really feel you're doing something great out there in the community. You can be anything. You can be a scientist, actor, you can be a surgeon, but at the same time, if you do not provide assistance to elderly people here, you will not feel that your image is being respected out in the world. Okay? So guys, this was my analysis of fourth lord in 10th house. If you're new to my channel, subscribe below. And if you want to know where your fourth lord is placed and all the detailed information in astrology, for that, check out the links here or check out the links below. And once you get the report, you will get to find out all the information of your birth horoscope. Otherwise, we'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.